Hello, friends. I am really enjoying this hobby channel and sharing other things other than makeup with you guys. Before I get into this video, I just want to say thank you. I've gained a bit of subscribers. Let's see. I've been gaining fairly consistently. So we started, well, when we revived this channel, we were at about 390 subscribers and now we're at 450. And so I just want to say thank you for that. Very small, I get it, but it makes me happy that there's someone looking at it, and I have been having a good time creating content for this channel. I'm coming to you today with some book reviews. I've read 4 books since we last talked about I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I think the last book I talked about was Gone Girl. And so I've read 4 books since then. That was in July. I finished Gone Girl probably end of June, July. I don't know. Whatever. It's August now. But I've read 4 books. I'm trying to read 4 books in August. I've just finished one. But let's get into them, and I wanted to do a little bit review. I have my tea here. I am drinking, I just wanted to share this with you guys. I really like tea. I really love tea. I drink coffee just for the caffeine. I drink coffee in the mornings. I don't drink coffee on the weekends. It's just a rule I have. I do not drink coffee on the weekends. I just drink a cup in the morning at my desk for work. But tea, baby. Okay. So this is from Pharmacy Tea Company. This is their D&D role-playing tea, and I thought this was cute. I forgot where I got this from. I think a game shop. Yes, my local game store I got. And it does have caffeine in it, but I am drinking this today. It has a good flavor to it. And I'm drinking it in my cat mug. This mug, one of my best friends gave it to me for my birthday. I collect mugs. I love mugs. And I also have my cat infuser because that's a little hot to drink. It goes with the cup. That's what we have here. So yeah, we're cozy. We're hanging out on a Sunday morning. The bonnet's on. That's what we do. All right. So yeah, let me tell you about the books that I have read. We got 3 books and then a short story. And I'll go in order of when I read them. So this, I started reading a while ago. I had started reading this a long time ago, and I finally picked it up and finished it. This is How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. Get a snack. I don't know how long this is going to be, but I got 4 books to talk about. This is How to Sell a Haunted House. So this book, a young lady gets the news that her parents have died in a crazy car accident crash, just sudden. She is in, I think, like San Francisco. That doesn't matter, but she's like across the country from her family. She has a daughter, a young daughter. Her daughter's like 6, and she's like the oldest daughter. You know, she has a younger brother, and he's kind of lived back home, stayed back home, didn't really leave his hometown per se, and like he's like the spoiled younger brother, that classic trope, and you know he gets on her nerves, and she just wants to be like, okay, let's get rid of their stuff, let's do this, let's sell it, let's be done with it. You know, kind of thing. And he's the same way. Like, he's like, I never really liked you. You left the family. Let's get rid of this crap. And let's just go about our separate ways. He didn't even want to give her any money from the house. Anyway, the parents, not so much about the dad in the story, but the mom, she grew up, they kind of talk about her growing up, but she's really into puppets. She... All right, already creepy. The house was like full of puppets and dolls, and like they didn't have a lot of money growing up, but the mom would make like puppets and do puppet shows and things like that. And there's one puppet in particular that kind of stuck with all of them. And this puppet, like when they were growing up and things like that, he became almost like another extension of them. The mom would like talk about the puppet in first person or third person. So that whole kind of thing. Anyway, they go and the parents are dead. They're trying to sell the house, and their realtor's like, I can't sell this house. It's haunted. Straight up, it's haunted. Things are moving. Weird things are going on. They're thinking they're hallucinating. All these kind of things are going on. And, yeah, all these things are going on in the house. And it's like, it's clearly that it's haunted. Like, the brother is seeing it now. Things are moving. Things are walking. Puppets are talking. Like, it's like, okay, but what's going on with the root of this? And so, long story short, the main villain is the main puppet. The puppet's name is like Pumpkin. And he's clearly, they're trying to figure out, is he possessed? What is going on? There's like a seance in there. They call their like witchy aunt. do an exorcism. They are trying to figure this out. They think they get rid of the puppet. They think they solved the problem. She flies back home to be with her daughter, and her daughter has the puppet on her arm when she gets home. And the daughter's like, how the hell did she get that? What's going on? And the dad's like, she made it with her grandma. Like, she's like, but she's never seen that before. And it looks exactly like, it's wild. So it's not over with. The identity of, I am looking at my monitor and I just realized I did not pull off the, yeah, I have to stop for this. I have to stop talking because I just noticed that. That's crazy. I've had this monitor for 8 months. Anyway. Okay, back. And so they do, I don't want to give any spoilers, but they realize the true identity of the puppet, and it is a little bit twisted. It's kind of crazy. The brother and sister, their relationship, you know, that gets revealed as to why they have so much animosity towards each other. The brother goes through some things with the puppet that she didn't realize, like back in the day, she thought she was the only one being like kind of tormented by this puppet. And the brother's like, no, I have my story too. And it is as just a horror, and it was good. I haven't read a good horror. I haven't read Stephen King in a while. That's like my favorite horror. And this one was really good. The imagery, the way things were described and written was well done. The final scene, or one of the final scenes, like when things are like really coming to a head, I thought was amazing. And so yeah, I really enjoyed this. What did I rate it? Let's see what I rated, because I review and rate all my books. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I've read you know, better horror, but I thought it was good. A 3.5 for me is really good. I rarely give books a 5 out of 5. Not because I'm like some super critic or anything, but like, I really give him a 5 out of 5, but a 3.5 is very good. So yeah, that's Grady Hendrix, How to Sell a Haunted House. I enjoyed it. I finished this because I had started it probably, I don't know, maybe last year. I just didn't put it. I don't know what happened. And then when I traveled recently, I finished in the airport. I was like, I'm going to get through this book. And it was good. I'm glad I did. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. 413 pages. So it's a good book, good size, and I enjoyed it. All right, and then the next book that I read, this is a short story, and this is called The Gift. Super short story. I read this in like 15 minutes on lunch at work, but I wanted to read it because I do like Frida McFadden, and I wanted to see what it's about. So this is cute. This is, it's I would say a psych thriller. A young lady, she's a waitress, first year married. It's Christmas Eve. It's like 11 p.m. Christmas Eve. She's working in a diner. She's working 2 jobs to put her husband through law school, medical school, I don't know, whatever. But it's their first Christmas, and she's talking to her coworker about how she, you know, can't afford to get him a Christmas gift. They're not doing Christmas gifts, and she couldn't afford to get him one, but he deserves one, blah, blah, blah. And so there's one last patron in the diner, and they're waiting for this woman to leave. They think this woman's dead. She's this old lady. She's not dead. They think she's dead, and they're like freaking out. But the old woman finally like wakes up and is like, hey, you know, I heard you saying you want something for your husband. And she's like, well, I can make a trade with you. You know, I can make a trade with you if you don't have any money. I have a little antique shop. Maybe we can find something. Everyone should deserve something on Christmas. And the waitress takes her up on it. She's like, okay, that's nice. And so she goes to the shop, and the woman, she's kind of weird, but she has a shop, and she offers her different things, and she finally picks something that she thinks would be nice for her husband. And she's like, well, she's like, you don't have any money, we got to trade. And so she trades for her hair, her long, pretty blonde hair. And she cuts her hair off because the woman makes wigs for like people, I don't know. And she cuts her hair off. She does this trade because she loves her husband so much, to get him this it's like a chain for a pocket watch, to get him this. And she comes home, and he made her brownie, or he burnt her brownies. That was his Christmas gift to her. And she was like, well, okay, it's kind of underwhelming, but like she was going to be grateful anyway. And anyway, so that's the whole, and she's like, well, you know, so she's kind of feeling like, well, I, you know, sold my hair, and like the gift thing just didn't turn out the way she thought it would turn out. And then some other things are revealed. In the story. And yeah, it's a short story, and that's all I'm gonna give you. That's all I'm gonna give you. I gave this 3 stars. It was cute. Like creepy cute. So there you go. There you go. There you go. And also it's revealed the old lady has some sort of relation to her. And that's revealed as well. Cute. All right. I'm going in order. I really should save this best for last, but out of these 4 books, this was my favorite. This was my favorite book. I read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Oh my goodness. This was good. I gave this 4.5 stars out of 5. This was good. This was categorized when I looked it up as romance or historical romance. So this woman, if you've never heard of this book, this woman, Evelyn Hugo, she was a Hollywood starlet in the 50s and 60s. She wound up retiring from acting in the 80s. And this book is set in like 2017. She reached out to a young up and coming, well, she's not that up and coming, but she's a reporter. She's a writer, not a reporter, a writer. She's a writer for a magazine, but she's trying to make her way in the world, get up there, try to be an editor kind of thing, And she reaches out to her to say, hey, I want to give you the rights to my life. I want the truth of my life to come out, because the woman was married 7 times. We'll get into that. She's like, I want the truth of my life to come out, and I want you to have the story. I want you to do it. And so the book is she's telling this young lady the story, the story of her life. And it is amazing. We go through every husband, all 7 husbands. And this story really, you're going to cry. There are, just the cost of fame is really a really big theme in here. Love is a really big theme in here. The use of, sex appeal and sex to get what you want is in here. It touches on domestic violence issues, LGBTQ community. It touches on so many things in her journey, telling this story. And then there is at the end, you realize there is a connection between her and this young writer, because the writer's like, why pick me to tell your story? Why me? Why are you giving me this gift of your story? This story is going to make millions, because everyone's wondering about Evelyn Hugo and everything like that. And she's like, I want the truth to come out. And there is, it's revealed that she has a connection to this young writer anyway. And she's like, I owe you this. And it is an amazing story. I really enjoyed this book. I thought, and again, we can chat in the comments. I'm trying to decide when I do my book stuff if I want to talk about spoilers. I feel like I do. I feel like maybe we'll do another, I'll do these reviews, and then maybe, I don't know, quarterly. I don't know. We do another video that does contain spoilers, but make it clear, because there's so much I want to talk about. But I do not want to give it away. But it is wonderfully written. You can follow it. It's 7 husbands to keep track of, but it does go in kind of chronological order. And yeah, and then even at the end, even you're thinking, okay, her life story's done. We know the connection between her and the girl, and then there's more. There's still more that you're like, oh, this is amazing, and you will cry. I don't really cry during books, but this one got me misty. This one got me there. Yeah, by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and it is a wonderful book. This is probably a book that I could see myself getting the fancy copy of. It's wonderful. So I think you guys should check it out. Yeah, I'm really, really, really happy with that one. Okay. And then the last book, I just finished this book. I feel like I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Let me take a sip. It's 9:53 a.m. on a Sunday morning. I'm going to hang out with my mom later. We'll probably get some crabs. Oh my God, yeah. And just hang out, eat crabs, and yeah. I'm having a good day. Getting ready for the work week. Anyway, the most recent book I just finished, I finished this a couple days ago. This is called The Last Invitation by Darby Kane. So I can talk about this book without spoilers, because the spoilers are the secrets and the kind of how it ends. I mean, isn't that spoilers for every book? I don't know. Anyway, this book is about, hold on, I gotta sneeze again. Okay. This story is about the two main characters in this book are, they're not really friends. They used to be friends. They went to law school together, Gabby and Jessa. And, the story is told from like both of their perspectives back and forth. And Gabby is divorced. She has like a 14-year-old daughter. She is divorced. And she comes over the ex-husband's house to like, custody switch the kid, normal visit, whatever. And she finds her ex-husband. He's shot and dead in the, oh my God, in his office. Shot and dead. And she's like, oh my God, they ruled it a suicide. And she knows her ex-husband. She's like, there's no way this is a suicide. Anyway, let's pause that. Then we have Jessa. Jessa is a lawyer at a law firm. She's a family lawyer, like custody and stuff like that. She usually represents the kid in cases. And she's trying to move up in the world on the ladder. And she's dealing with a really difficult case with this rich guy's divorce. He doesn't want the wife to have anything and wants to, that whole trope. She's dealing with that. Anyway, there is a group of women who are, in higher positions in society that have this secret group that meet on, the last Tuesday of the month? The second Tuesday of every month. And they take votes on what sleazy guy, usually a rich guy, sleazy guy, they get to punish. And usually the punishment is death. Now, on the outside, what happens is you just see these deaths and you like, oh, he fell off the boat, or oh, this or whatever. But in reality, they're voting on it. They have so many connections to make those things happen, evidence, anything they need. And the thing is, when people start to speak out about it, like, oh, he didn't kill himself. Like, I know he wouldn't have did that. Like, that's suspicious. Bad things start happening to them. And as you can see, bad things start happening to Gabby because she knows her ex-husband didn't kill himself. There are some connections in there. The brother-in-law, so her ex-husband and his brother have a business. And so there's like business deals. They're trying to figure like dealing through papers, like who would want to kill him. So there's a lot going on there. There are a lot of secrets that get revealed about Gabby, about her daughter, about things like that. And those things could be motives. They're trying to figure out, are those motives? And back to Jessa. Jessa gets invited to this little society group by her mentor. And it's like, well, we take it seriously, and she's like, oh my, and Jessa wants to do everything to move up. She wants to do everything to be on the right side because she's like, justice, she's believing in justice. And like her case that she's working on right now, she's like, there's no way the dad will win. There's no way. And they're trying to tell her, listen, honey, he has money. He can, he has money. What happens when he gets off? What happens if he's not punished for what he did to the mom and the kid? And she's like, no, justice will prevail. And they're like, what if it doesn't? And it does not prevail. And so they're like, you need help. And like, she's so angry. And so she agrees to be a part of this group. And then she realizes what they're really doing. There's a lot more to it. And shit hits the fan. So, yeah. How far are you willing to go to move up? How far are you, like, what really defines like justice? What is justice versus what is revenge? Like, what happens when the justice system fails you? Do you feel as though you should take matters into your own hand and deal out punishment to people who are clearly pieces of shit? So yeah, that was good. I gave that. I'm actually reviewing this one now. I'm still writing it. I think I'm going to give it probably a 3.5. 3. Because while it was good, I love the idea of it and the premise of it. The ending, there are some loose ends that I would have liked seen at least explained a little bit more. In my mind, I feel like you can make your own opinion. I felt like I had more questions. Kind of like the end of Gone Girl. There were some other questions there. But I also know why writers do that, to have you think and you can conclude what you want. But sometimes, some things I feel like should have been answered, but you guys let me know if you've read it. But yeah, that's The Last Invitation. Yeah, and so those are the 4 that I have read over the last couple weeks. And what's next on my list, if you want to know, I think what I'm going to grab and start today, I have my to be read list right here. Oh, and I checked off some things. So, done that. I think I'm going to do, I have None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose, and then The Love Hypothesis, which is a romance. So one of those three is going to be next. I might read The Love Hypothesis just to get a little happier. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we're going to keep reading. So yeah, thanks for watching my review on these. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.